back to the Dave Nemo Show.
I love people who work in marketing, and you say, what are you talking about? I love marketing because they're storytellers. They control the narrative. I was having a great talk earlier this morning about this exact same thing. There's some salespeople who totally get what people in marketing do, and there's some salespeople who'd like to run up the street. Salespeople are actors. They take the scripts that marketing departments create and the stories that they craft and put together, and they tell the story in a way that actually helps move the product. But they are the actors. They are not the directors or the screenwriters of the story of a company. We have one of those storytellers with us this morning. Not a friend of the show yet, but you know what? Let's mention you on in. Sarah Abernethy joins us this morning. She's the Advanced Powertrain Marketing Manager for the Kenworth Truck Company and part of the Kenworth Kids, as I call them, that excitable group of young men and women who are actually telling the story of Kenworth out there on the American highway. Good morning to you at the ACT Expo. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. It has been a bubbly show. It's been a busy show. We launched an awesome product yesterday, so we are off to the races.
You launched an awesome product yesterday. Tell us what that awesome product is, although I probably made mention of it as well already.
You might know about it. We actually launched two awesome products, but they're all based on the same platform. So we launched our Next Generation BEV platform yesterday. It was kind of the buildup of this show, and we're really excited to have it out in the public domain now. We launched two new models that are based upon that platform, and that's the T680E, and then we have the T880E. So you might know those models, the 680 and the 880. They're legacy combustion counterparts, of course, known very well in the industry, and we've built upon those, electrified them, and we're really excited to see them hit the road here very, very soon.
I'm actually going to have them play Frankie Valli's Electric Stories. It's a note I'm actually giving to Dre when we actually take the break coming up here in a little bit. It's the thing that a lot of people do understand. You know, we're talking to Joe and Nadi earlier about the idea of kind of walking the floor of the conference and being like, wow, I did this. That's a moment of the unveiling. Once you get here, once they set up your booth, you're done. I mean, there's work to do and people to talk to and flesh to press and all that kind of groovy stuff. But at the end of the day, talk about how long it was from a marketing standpoint. Not just from, the story of how this gets built is one thing, but just putting together the story that leads us to this destination.
Putting together the story.
You talk fast. You got a fighting chance.
All right, let's see if I can hit it all the way through. So the marketing build-up for the Next Generation BEV platform was, how do I say, took many turns. We'll put it that way. Right. So we knew what we wanted to do. We knew what we needed to bring to the market, and the way that we needed to bring it to the market was where we had to get creative. And our overall booth presence this year is a truck and a powertrain for every job. And of course, adding a brand new battery electric platform to those powertrain tools that we're able to give our customers is a huge part of that. So previously, we had some great products. We always have had a great lineup. We've always met our customers' needs. But really crafting the marketing run-up for this particular product launch had to encompass the whole portfolio. We want customers to know we have everything they could possibly need to do whatever specific job they have. And we know that not necessarily the battery electric trucks will do each and every job, but they're going to do some of those jobs, and they're going to do them very, very well. So we're looking forward to adding this to our lineup and making sure we meet every single customer's needs throughout each and every day and each and every job.
So one of the things also is that along with telling the story, that there are people who are going to come by and they're going to ask you questions about, how does this help me with regulatory compliance? Mm-hmm. How do I, how much customer support can I expect if I actually go with you guys? Can you talk a little bit about what you're hearing in regards to what potential partners and purchasers are concerned about and how you're alleviating those concerns?
Ooh, that's a great question. So, we try to think of everything. Now, we don't always think of everything, but we try pretty hard to do so. And as far as...
do you ever say, I don't know, let's go find out together?
Yes, a lot.
I do that all the time. I'm like, people will call me on the show and I'll be like, I have no idea. Let's go find out.
Let's go find somebody who knows.
Let's go find somebody who knows.
And the support side of things is where, in my mind, I go, I'm going to have to go find out what that answer might be. But what I mean by that is working in the battery electric space and kind of being on the cutting edge of things, right? That takes a lot of learning. It takes a lot of experience, and it takes a lot of time and effort from folks, not just here at Kenworth, but our dealer groups and our customers to get up to speed on how to service the trucks, how to put them to work in the most successful fashion. And that's a really cool part of this, because you have to go find the answer, you have to go help people learn,
well,
you have to go.
That's the thing, though. I was just thinking
info.
about that you exactly hit the nail on the head, that even if you don't have the answer, saying, actually, this is a good chance for me to show you how customer support works.
Yep. Yep,
I mean, the opportunity is now here. Let's go find out what kind of people actually are on the other end. And you know them, so you have the faith that they can actually deliver for them as well. Talk about, okay, so, you are telling a very big story in the middle of an even bigger story, which, of course, is the ACT Expo. So much about this is not just about sustainability, electrification, and automatic vehicles, and blah, 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 blah. It's also about partnerships and meeting people and finding what the points of discussion among the industry players are. What have you been discovering? I realize you got new products and you got a whole world that you got to function and service with. But what else are you hearing out there? What are people talking to you about? What are you picking up from beyond just your particular product? What are you hearing from people?
Absolutely. We're hearing a lot of, and I shouldn't be surprised by this, but a lot of the same message, which is that we aren't really groundbreaking with our truck and a powertrain for every job, right? A lot of other OEMs, a lot of other suppliers are realizing we have to do so many different things. We have to provide, trucks that run on so many different fuels because there's so much uncertainty that we have to be ready for any outcome, ready for any shift or change. And you mentioned compliance in the regulatory landscape. That's one big ball of uncertainty, right? But we got to be ready. Everybody is in this kind of state of uncertainty as an overall industry.
Joe and I were talking about it. Let's call it the inflection point.
The inflection point. That's a perfect way to put it.
We don't know. It's one of those moments where I come to you at the turning of the tide. We don't know which way the tide is actually going to turn. We just know there's been a deep breath before a plunge. We're going to find out in a couple of weeks and a couple of months where we're headed.
Where we're headed, yes. There's so much up in the air right now, and I think the bottom line is we can't predict what the outcomes are going to be, but we just know that we have to be ready for whatever they are, and that's what we're really trying to do. And you mentioned partners. Thinking of some of the other content that we have in our booth and here at the broader ACT Expo, as I look on at the Cummins booth over there, natural gas powertrains being a really good alternative in a lot of different applications, and showcasing the X15N natural gas powered truck in our booth has been a big highlight of that as well. So again, trying to stay true to that message and trying to leverage the folks that are really good at different things throughout the show here at ACT Expo.
On a fun note, not that you're not having a great time right now talking with Sarah Abernethy, who, by the way, is a new friend. She's the Advanced Powertrain Marketing Manager over at Kenworth Truck Company. Tell me about what has been a good time here. How long are you going to be here in town? What are you looking forward to enjoying over the next couple of days, both at the Expo and around Anaheim? There's a couple of places nearby you might have heard of. You can have a really good time.
Maybe I don't know. Is it a Disney?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, there's two things. One show related, and the other not show related. The first being show related on the truck side of things. So the ride and drive is what I am absolutely stoked for. I am a newly minted CDL, only of a few months, late last year, and so seeing.
You feel good getting them, don't you?
It's a badge of honor.
My brother got them. I got a couple of years ago.
Brings a lot of work with it, brings a lot of paperwork, but with a lot of fun too. And to see other people drive in the ride and drive, and having a closed course for folks to be able to jump in trucks and go and head out and experience the products that we're putting out there has been really, really special. It just started today, since we're only here on Tuesday. Goodness, it's hard to see what day it is. But so that's what I'm excited about here at the show, seeing our trucks, our new babies, I call them, come to life, and for everyone to experience them. But non-show related, I have never been to the Disney here in California.
Very different.
I'm from the East Coast, and so Epcot and the big Disney in Florida, that's my home away from home.
This is smaller, but this is also more Main Street. It's a different feel entirely. It's not better, it's not worse. It's smaller, but it's also ground zero. It is a nostalgic remembrance of Walt Disney's childhood that he never had.
Really?
Which is all nostalgia ever is. It's a wonderful memory of something that absolutely never happened.
And of a different time, too.
It's a different time. And by the way, if you get a chance, the Universal Studios, by the way, is so different here, too, because you have to literally, it's all escalators to get to different levels of it. It's a very different animal over here. Really, really fun. Anything else you're going to be doing? Any food you're looking forward to eating?
So I have my Uber driver coming from the airport here at Santa Ana. He actually gave me a long list of items to go and check out. I haven't found the time just yet, but now that we're through, the first part of the show, I've got to get back into that list. I have a long note of places to hit while we're here. Haven't yet gone there to any of them, really, but that's my other plan for post-show activities, is hitting some of the great food around Anaheim and around LA.
Sarah, do me a favor. Tell everybody, I've done this a million times. Why don't you do it? Tell people where they can go to find out more about Kenworth Truck Company.
Well, you can head to kenworth.com, of course, to look at all of our products. And of course, we are on social media as well, Instagram, Facebook, on LinkedIn too. And of course, check out your local Kenworth dealer. That'll be the best place to get your hands on a Kenworth truck.
Guys, also, speaking of that, go to radionemo.com, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe there. Trust me, you're going to want to subscribe there. You're going to want to go to kenworth.com as well. Sarah, it's nice to make a new friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Guys, we'll be right back on the other side of this. It's the Dave Nemo Show. It's Thursday, and this is the ACT Expo. We'll be right back.